Davinator1212 here, guys, and it's time for another deck profile. So the other day I was watching Yuginono's channel, and he put up a video about his Kaiju deck he's been working on. And I thought to myself, you know what? I want to see what I can do with it. So, without further ado, here's my version of Kaijus. If you want to go see Tyler's, it's right here. Gotta give him credit where credit is due. So, let's get to it. Alright guys, let's get started. As you can see, first off, right off the bat, you can see some blue cards. We got Relinquished. The idea was that Kaiju summoned to your opponent's side of the field, and Relinquished would just nom 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 and get all this attack power that these guys have. So let's get started. Dagoron, the Mad Flame Kaiju at 3. Kumungus, the Sticky String Kaiju at 3. Basically, you play 3 of each of these guys because you only have these 2 so far. Next up, because we are actually playing the Hodgepodge build, we got Manju 10,000 at 3. He searches your relinquished pieces. Next up is the beginning of our 3-card rank 3 engine with the Jin Releaser of Rituals. If Relinquished is summoned using this thing as material, Relinquished is immune to targeting effects. So that kind of reduces your opponent's options for getting rid of your 3,000 attack power Relinquished. This is really kind of neat. Obviously, we'd probably want this to be Releaser of Rituals so we could Jin lock them, but we can't, so we're going to use this one instead because it's probably the next best thing. And then we got a tour guide to search the Scarm, which searches in this guy. You really want this in your hand so you can use it twice. However, you know, you can go right into this if you need to get this into the graveyard. Alright, next we have Flying Sea at 1. The idea was that when this summons to the opponent's side of the field to block one of their summonings, you would also get to banish a card from their hand via the summoning curse that Tyler suggested. I figured I would only run one, so that way if I have a bad matchup that doesn't use XYZ summoning in the deck, I would go hard and have 3 of these and then they'd be useless, but I'd still at least have 1 to get the effect off with Summoning Curse, and if I did run into Burning Abyss or S-Knights or something like that, maybe a Clown Blade, I would at least have 1 of these at my disposal. I would then side in the other 2. Alright, then we got Maxi at 3. This lets us get to our pieces because it is kind of a hodgepodge, and everyone's playing Synchron anyway, so let's draw 15. Okay, Swift Scarecrow is the other hodgepodge glue card. Basically, sometimes you'll have just Relinquished or just a Kaiju. It doesn't actually happen very often, but if it does, you don't really want to get this thing beaten down on your life points. You really give this thing to your opponent, he's like, oh, thanks, bro, and he keeps hitting you with this thing. That's what the Swift Scarecrow is for. It slows your opponent down just 1 turn so you can figure stuff out. And then we got the 3 Relinquished because we absolutely need it. 3 Owner's Seal. This is kind of for the Kaiju engine. I didn't really like Remove Brainwashing. Mostly because it's continuous, and that kind of can pose some problems with Relinquished, because you really do want your opponent to have a Kaiju, so you can chew it up. So Remove Brainwashing sticks all the Kaijus to your side of the field, so then Relinquished never has any food. So you use Owner's Seal so you can get the Kaijus back to your side of the field when you want to. 2 Terraforming to get to the field spell. 1 Preparation of H, because you want Prep H, because it feels good on your butt. 3 Black Illusion Rituals. We're not using ARA, because why would we want to run a bunch of normals? We don't, but we do want to see it. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. We're very susceptible to back row, because it's kind of a combo deck. Also, hint hint, nudge nudge, MST and Kyoto Waterfront work together like a champ. 3 Summoning Curse. This thing is legit the trolliest card in the deck. Basically, whenever you summon a monster to your opponent's side of the field, or he special summons a monster himself, he has to banish a card from his hand. 2 Kyoto Waterfront, and then we have 1 off trap. I used Ring of the D. This could be anything, could be Solemn Warning. I don't really care. I just figured we should probably have at least 1 trap in here. If not, this could be Regeki, but no. And then the Extrax is just rank 4 toolbox. You never will use any of it except maybe Fairy Cheer Girl, because you will have 2 Manju once in a while. And then you got your little rank 3s. I might expand this out to more monsters. You got Acid-Golem to beat over stuff, Alucard to pop face downs, and interesting enough, number 49 Fortune Tune to kind of just, he's almost like your Zen mains. However, he is increasing your life points, which you may end up having to do, as well as this recycles your 1 tour guide. So, you know what? It's not a bad card. It's been testing really well. Alright guys, that was my Kaiju deck. Time for some duels. Alright guys, first up we have Cyber Dragons. He opens his core, gets this trap monster, which I didn't... This looks like a fake card, I don't know. But anyway, search out the old Kyoto Waterfront, play the Summoning Curse, give him a Kaiju to banish a card from his hand. Figured I can sit on that because I got 2 Swift Scarecrow. He plays a Panther Dragon in an attempt to get rid of the Summoning Curse. Dot before I banish another card, and he pops that. I top deck the Manju like a boss. Get all of the pluses. Get myself a Kaiju, steal his Kaiju with my Relinquished. Nom nom nom. Alright, and then I'm just going to pause it really here for right quick. As you can see, Relinquished has got a card equipped to him from the grave. This is because when he snatched the monster, it came to my side of the field and remained a monster, and therefore, since I can only control 1 Kaiju, it destroys it. However, I'm pretty sure that's incorrect. At least right now, this is an error. Regardless of what you feel, this is an error. You can't have a card equipped to the graveyard. But what I believe is supposed to happen is, I think the Kaiju is supposed to come to my side of the field and stay as an equip spell, because I'm pretty positive that if a monster is down in the spell trap zone, it is by default a spell card. It's not an equip monster. I don't think that's a thing. However, if you look at Relinquished's language, it says only 1 monster can be equipped at a time. So it's like, oh, well, is it still a monster? If it is still a monster, it would kill itself, but Relinquish should lose all the attack power it gained. And if it becomes over as a spell, like I suspect it should, because it's in the spell trap zone, and if you go to Equip Spells wiki, on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, it says that any monster down here is a spell, then he should stay. And if that is the case, then he should keep his attack power, and this is completely fine. And if not, then yeah, this thing is borked. Either way, the game state currently is an error, because you can't have a graveyard-equipped monster. But anyway, let's continue. Doing all the damage. Gets his core out, Regekis me. I don't know why I didn't play this in attack mode. But I top deck another beautiful card with the Preparation of Rites. Nom nom nom. 400 damage. And this right here is some epic honesting. Kill yourself with it. Who wants to see me beat up Dark Worlds? Me! So this actually ends up being a pretty decent duel. Gotta get that Dark World dealings. Snipes out my Demolisher of Rituals. I do use the Max C to try to keep him from going too crazy over here. Figured I'd knock out that back row. It was nothing. Getting all the Kaiju counters. Get back my Kaiju. Swing for some damage. Alright. Regeki again. Drag down to the grave. Ugh. Max C on that Greffa. Get me some draws. I've drawn another Max C. Play another back row. Get a Kaiju. Tribute that damn thing. Get my Kaiju back. Oh yeah. Might as well Max C on Greffa again. Get another draw. I was hoping for something maybe would help me get out of this, but no. And he gets rid of my Black Illusion Ritual, which was kind of a pain in the butt. Here he plays this Guru of the Dark World. It goes to my side of the field, and it would maybe discard a card, but I used my Kaiju to stop that because I needed all the card advantage I could have. So here's me thinking, you know what? Now it's time to get cute. Fairy Cheer Girl. Yes. Eat that Greffa. I was going to give him a Summoning Cursed Kaiju and then steal that with my Relinquished, but I figured, you know what? Keeping Greffa on my side of the field as an equipped card will probably stop all those Greffa shenanigans, and I'm getting really sick of those. That stupid thing makes me banish a card. Alright, and this last one is against Synchrons. The Summoning Curse actually has a really favorable matchup. Oh, that Veiler, though. It's expensive having 2 of these on board, but it pays off if he actually is stupid enough to summon something, which he ends up not doing, because I don't think he thinks he could afford it. All the Manjus. I could have made Cheer Girl, but I was desperately trying not to knock 2 cards out of my hand. Gets that good MST, though. So I give him a Kaiju in an attempt to knock 2 cards out of his hand, but he does MST the 1. but still hit something. Oh yeah. I figured at this point, getting rid of Flying Sea, who really cares? I got some massive damage on board. OTK. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys like the deck and the duels. Go check out Tyler's channel at Yuginono to see his build and give him some love and tell him I sent you. And remember guys, if you don't troll the meta, who will? I'll see you guys next time.